Little Red Lighthouse and the Great Gray Bridge by Hildegard H. Swift and Lynn Ward. Once upon a time, a little lighthouse was built on a sharp point of the shore by the Hudson River. It was fat and red and jolly, and it was very, very proud. Behind it lay New York City, where the people lived. Before it, up and down the river sailed the boats. And on rolled the river, on forever looking for the sea. Now the boats on the river talked to the Little Red Lighthouse as they passed. "Hoot, hoot, hoot, how are you?" said the big steamer with its deep, throaty whistle. "Salute," lisped the slender canoe as it slid along the shore. "Chunk, chunk, chunk, cheerio," called a fat black tug as it puffed on its way, pulling a load of coal on a barge. By day, the Little Red Lighthouse did not answer. It was quiet when the boats called. It was still. But every night, just at the fall of dark, a man came to tend the Little Red Lighthouse. With his keys to turn on the light, he climbed its steep and winding stairs up, up, up to the very top. Then the Little Red Lighthouse spoke out. "Look out! Watch me! Danger! Danger! Watch my rocks! Keep away! Flash! Flash!" It felt big and useful and important. What would the boats do without me, it thought. It felt very, very proud. The boats saw the light and were safe. They saw it and kept to the channel. And the boats were grateful to the Little Red Lighthouse. Sometimes a fog crept up the river. Then the man came to wind up a big black clock inside the Little Red Lighthouse. The clock rang an iron bell outside. "Warning! Warning!" said the bell. "Flash!" said the light. "Warning! Warning!" said the bell. The Little Red Lighthouse had two voices then. Every day it felt bigger and prouder. "Why, I am master of the river," it thought. One day, a gang of workmen came and began to dig. And by, great steel girders began to rise up against the sky. And then a barge carried 4 great reels across the Hudson River. From each reel, there trailed a slender cable. All the boats on the river stopped moving, and they turned to look. Even the river seemed to be very, very still. Then the first cables were over, and "Hooray!" shouted the men. "What do they mean?" thought the Little Red Lighthouse. "What are these things called cables that are over?" Now the days and weeks went by. Every night the little lighthouse spoke plainly. "Flash! Flash! Flash!" Every day it watched the strange new gray thing beside it grow and grow. Huge towers seemed to reach up and touch the sky. How big it was! How wonderful! How powerful! A great gray bridge spanning the Hudson River from shore to shore made the Little Red Lighthouse feel very, very small. Then one night, a great beam of light flashed from the top of the nearest gray tower. Now I am needed no longer, thought the Little Red Lighthouse. My light is so little, and this one so big. Perhaps they will give me up. Perhaps they will tear me down. Perhaps they will forget to turn my light on. That night it stood waiting and waiting. It felt glum and anxious and queer. The night grew darker and darker. Why did the man not come? The Little Red Lighthouse could neither speak nor shine. Then in the middle of the night there came a storm. The wind moaned. The waves beat against the shore. A thick fog crept over the river and tried to clutch the boats one by one. The tug was just coming back from Albany. It looked for the Little Red Lighthouse, but it couldn't find it. It listened for the bell, but it couldn't hear it. The fog was so thick, the tug couldn't see the light flashing from high up on the great gray bridge. Then, crash! The tug ran upon the rocks. It lay wrecked and broken. Then the great gray bridge called to the Little Red Lighthouse. "Little brother, where is your light?" "Am I brother of yours, bridge?" wondered the lighthouse. "Your light was so bright that I thought mine was needed no more." "I called to the airplanes," cried the bridge. "But you are still master of the river. Quick, let your light shine again. Each to his own place, little brother." So the Little Red Lighthouse tried to shine once more, but it couldn't turn itself on. "This is the end of me," it thought. "This is really the end. My man doesn't come anymore, so I can never shine again." Dark and silent it stood, and it was very, very sad. But at last it heard the door opening far below, and here was the man hurrying up the stairs to tend the Little Red Lighthouse. "Where have you been? I thought you were never coming." "Oh, those boys," said the man. "They stole my keys, but this'll never happen again." Now the Little Red Lighthouse knew that it was needed. It sent a long, bright, flashing ray out into the night. "Look out! Danger! Watch me!" it called. Soon its bell was booming out too. "Warning! Warning!" it cried. The Little Red Lighthouse still had work to do, and it was glad. And now, beside the beacon of the great gray bridge, the small beam of the lighthouse still flashes. Beside the towering gray bridge, the lighthouse still bravely stands. Though it knows now that it is little, it is still very, very proud.